Most people believe that walking every day is the perfect exercise after 70. But what if it's not the all-in-one solution you've been told? Doctors are now warning that relying on walking alone can speed up some aspects of aging rather than slow it down. The truth is, your body needs a more complete approach to remain strong, agile, and pain-free as the years go by. If you've been focusing solely on taking extra steps, you might be missing the very exercises that protect your muscles, joints, and independence. Today, we're breaking down why walk more isn't always the best advice and what you should be doing instead. Stick around until the end, because there's one aspect almost everyone overlooks, yet it can significantly influence how well you age. Walking is easy, convenient, and often recommended as a gentle way to stay active. There's no denying it keeps you moving and burns some calories. But here's what most people don't realize. Walking alone doesn't do enough to maintain key physical components like muscle mass, balanced coordination, and flexible joints. Over time, this single-focus approach may leave you susceptible to aches, falls, and a faster decline in mobility. Picture Irene, age 72. She walked every morning without fail 3 miles around her neighborhood. At first, she felt confident that her daily stroll was all she needed to maintain her health. But after a year or two, she noticed she was struggling to lift her laundry basket, and her back felt stiff whenever she tried to reach overhead for dishes. Eventually, her doctor explained that while her steps were great for basic cardiovascular health, they weren't doing enough for her muscles and joints. This is the wake-up call many people experience. They learn that walking is only part of the picture, and that other forms of exercise become more critical with age. It's never about giving up walking entirely. It's about balancing it with targeted exercises that keep you strong, steady, and flexible. If you keep relying on walking alone, you could be unintentionally speeding up the very issues, muscle loss, joint stress, poor balance that you're trying to avoid. But that's only the beginning. Up next, we'll look at what your body truly needs to preserve strength as you grow older. One of the most overlooked dangers of relying solely on walking is sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass that becomes more pronounced after 70. Even if you walk for an hour every day, you're not applying enough resistance to keep your major muscle groups robust. For that, you need dedicated strength training. Think of your body like a car engine. If you never push the engine beyond a slow idle, it won't stay conditioned for higher performance. Muscle fibers thrive under progressive challenges. That doesn't mean you have to hoist heavy barbells at the gym. It can be as simple as using resistance bands, doing bodyweight exercises like squats and wall push-ups, or lifting light dumbbells a few times a week. The key is consistency and gradual progression, slightly increasing the challenge over time. Consider David, who's 74. He used to be proud of his daily walks, but he started feeling weaker when carrying groceries or climbing stairs. A basic test confirmed his lower body and arm strength were declining with his doctor's guidance. David added 15 minutes of gentle strength exercises to his routine, focusing on bodyweight squats, seated leg extensions, and light shoulder presses with water bottles. Within months, he noticed a difference in his stamina, balance, and overall energy. Maintaining muscle mass does more than just help you feel strong. It supports healthy bones by placing stress on them in a good way, which reduces the risk of fractures. It also boosts metabolism, improves balance, and provides a measure of protection against falls. If you're unsure whether your muscles are losing power, try standing up from a chair without using your hands. If you find it difficult, it's time to introduce strength-building exercises into your life. But don't worry, a muscular frame isn't the only thing that will safeguard your mobility. There's another factor that's just as crucial, and it's the next piece of the puzzle. By the time most of us hit our mid-70s, balance starts to slip in subtle ways. You might notice it when stepping off a curb, walking on uneven ground, or simply standing on one foot to put on a sock. Walking, while beneficial, doesn't fully challenge the intricate muscles that keep you steady. These stabilizing muscles in your ankles, core, and lower legs need focused training to adapt and stay strong. Falls are one of the leading causes of injuries in older adults. A single mishap could mean a fractured hip or months of rehabilitation. The good news is that practicing balance exercises can drastically lower this risk. Picture Edward, 76, who felt a jolt of fear after he tripped on a doorstep. Even though he caught himself, the near fall made him realize that his sense of balance wasn't as reliable as it used to be. Determined not to experience a worse accident, he began doing simple routines, standing on one foot while holding onto the kitchen counter for support, walking in a straight line, heel to toe, slowly shifting weight from one leg to the other. Within a few weeks, Edward felt more confident in his footing. He also noticed that everyday tasks like stepping into the shower or reaching for high shelves felt more secure. The takeaway is that balance isn't guaranteed. You earn it through consistent practice. If you'd like a quick test, try standing on one foot with a chair nearby for safety and see if you can hold for 10 seconds. If that feels wobbly or impossible, it's a sign that your stability could use some dedicated attention. But remember, balance is just one pillar. There's another often ignored aspect that can be the difference between feeling free to move and feeling trapped by stiffness. If you've ever felt stiff bending down or turning your head, you already know how limiting reduced flexibility can be. Walking alone usually works your legs in a straightforward, repetitive motion, but does little to stretch or rotate your joints fully. Over time, this can lead to discomfort, reduced range of motion, and an increased likelihood of injuries. Your joints are engineered to move through multiple planes of motion. When you limit your activities to just walking, you don't engage these joints in their fullest range. This lack of variety can cause the muscles and connective tissues to tighten, leaving you more prone to aches. Consider Helen, 73, who stayed active by walking a few miles every day. Despite this routine, she began waking up with a stiff neck and hips that popped whenever she crouched down. Her physical therapist pointed out that she needed more mobility work, such as gentle head and neck rotations, shoulder and arm circles, hip openers, and knee-to-chest stretches. After a few weeks, Helen was stunned by the difference. Not only did her stiffness decrease, but she also found new comfort in movements that used to bother her. Simple tasks like climbing stairs or sitting cross-legged felt more natural again. A flexible body isn't just about comfort, it's about retaining independence. When your joints move freely, you're less likely to experience pain with everyday activities, and you'll reduce your chances of sudden strain or injury. Think of these short flexibility routines as a daily gift to yourself, one that repays you in freedom of movement. Before we move on, take a moment to notice if your shoulders feel tight when you roll them backward. If there's tension or limited range, that's a gentle nudge from your body. Next up, we'll examine another crucial piece often overlooked: your core and posture. When you think core, you might picture flashy workouts, but a strong torso is far more than a cosmetic goal. It's essential for protecting your spine and staying upright. Even if you walk every day, you can still suffer from back discomfort, a hunched posture, or difficulty standing for extended periods if your core muscles remain weak. Posture is not just about looking poised. It's about keeping your spine properly aligned and reducing pressure on your joints. A poorly supported back can lead to chronic pain, reduced lung capacity, and an increased risk of falls. Over time, weak core muscles allow the shoulders to roll forward, compressing the chest and straining the lower back. Take Harold, 75, who realized he was stooping more than he used to. He also felt unexpected twinges of pain in his lower back whenever he stood up from a chair. Curious about what was going on, he had a quick evaluation at a local health clinic where a trainer showed him how to do simple core activation movements. He started with seated pelvic tilts to awaken the lower abdominal muscles, standing tall against a wall to encourage proper alignment, controlled rotations of the torso to train stability. Over time, Harold noticed less strain in his back and began walking with a more upright posture. People even commented that he seemed taller and more energetic. If you want to gauge your own posture, stand with your back against a wall. Ideally, your head, shoulders, and hips should gently touch the wall without you having to tilt your chin or arch your back significantly. If this feels forced or uncomfortable, it's a sign your core and postural muscles need more attention. Strong posture isn't just for appearances. It helps you breathe better, stay balanced, and distribute body weight more evenly. If that's not enough, remember that feeling aligned also provides a mental boost. Standing tall often encourages a more positive outlook. Now, let's shift gears to the types of activities that can reduce strain on vulnerable joints. Repetitive stress is one of the hidden pitfalls of walking. Although it's low impact compared to running or other high-intensity exercises, walking still puts load on your knees, hips, and ankles in the same pattern again and again. After 70, when joint cartilage becomes thinner and ligaments less elastic, this repetitive stress can exacerbate wear and tear. If a long walk leaves you with creaky knees or an aching back, it might be time to incorporate additional low-impact activities. These could include swimming, water aerobics, cycling, or even Tai Chi and water-based exercises. The buoyancy takes pressure off your joints while still engaging your muscles. Cycling is another great option, offering a smooth, circular motion that keeps hips and knees active without the repeated pounding. Raymond, 78, loved his daily walks until his knees began protesting. He started waking up stiff and found that going up and down stairs had become increasingly painful. His doctor suggested cutting back on the lengthy walks and adding pool exercises 3 times a week. After a month, Raymond noticed a significant reduction in knee soreness, and he still maintained his cardiovascular health by alternating between gentle walks and swimming sessions. Another benefit of mixing in different activities is mental variety. Doing the same exercise every day can become monotonous, leading some people to skip workouts out of boredom. Low impact alternatives keep things fresh, protect your joints, and challenge your body in new ways. Think of it as a buffet of movement options. When you have multiple ways to stay active, you're more likely to keep going. Before we close, there's one more element that often gets overshadowed by the focus on physical fitness. It's about nurturing the mind-body connection, which plays a crucial role in how gracefully you age. Staying fit isn't just about physical exercise. It's also about keeping your mind active and your spirits high. As you age, brain health and emotional well-being become increasingly important, both for overall quality of life and for maintaining the motivation to keep moving. Activities like gentle yoga, Tai Chi, and group exercise classes have a mental component that pure walking routines might lack. They require focus, coordination, and a sense of community if you're practicing with others. By engaging the brain along with the body, you can sharpen cognitive function and boost your mood. This, in turn, helps you stay consistent with exercise and daily routines. Social connections also matter. Many seniors find that teaming up with a friend or neighbor for low-impact classes or water aerobics keeps them more dedicated. The conversations, shared experiences, and mutual support can make the difference between a vibrant, active lifestyle and one that slowly fades into isolation. So if you felt mentally unmotivated or emotionally flat, consider blending social and mind-body elements into your fitness plan. Your muscles and joints will thank you, and so will your mind. If you've spent years believing that walking is the only exercise you need after 70, it might be time to rethink your routine. While walking offers undeniable benefits, you also need to prioritize your muscle mass, balance, flexibility, posture, and joint health. Ignoring these critical elements can lead to faster muscle decline, heightened risk of falls, and stubborn aches that might have been avoided with a more rounded approach. Start by adding strength training to fend off muscle loss. Practice simple balance drills to avoid falls that could rob you of your independence. Incorporate flexibility exercises to keep your joints limber and comfortable. Pay close attention to your core and posture so you don't succumb to avoidable back pain or poor alignment. And if you notice that repetitive walking leaves you sore, experiment with low-impact alternatives like swimming or cycling. These changes don't require drastic lifestyle overhauls. Often, just 15 to 20 minutes of targeted work a few times a week can yield striking improvements. Remember, your body still has an incredible capacity to adapt, even beyond 70. By taking a comprehensive approach, you safeguard not just your physical abilities, but also your confidence in daily life. Each step you take, each small routine you adopt, can add up to a stronger, more balanced future. Now, think about which of these areas calls out to you the most. Are you feeling weaker when lifting everyday items? Is your balance shaky on stairs? Do your hips or knees feel stiffer than they used to, pick one area to focus on first and share your plan in the comments. Your experiences could inspire someone else to make a vital change. 2. Aging doesn't have to mean losing strength or giving up on activities you love. It's never too late to build better habits, protect your body's capabilities, and stay active well into your later years. Embrace these insights, and you'll find that you're not just adding years to your life, you're adding life to your years. Thank you for watching, and here's to a stronger, healthier future for all of us.